Alright, so I just wanted to make a very brief video on how I have the advanced Carpenter in Enigmatica, was this Enigmatica 2 expert setup, because I don't really see a lot of documentation on it, and I think it's really, really, really annoying to automate. So if we come back here, my good friend set this up for me, so he has a lot of the credit, but basically you have an interface with all the patterns in it, and they all have universal fluid cells that are going into the ME. Excuse me. And then all of those are craftable with a, let me see if I can get to the port. Those are all craftable using these like elevators. Jesus. Where is it? This. The ME fluid autofillers. These are set to the Industrial Craft 2 fluid cells. And then you basically can just can up whatever fluids you have in your ME. They're pretty useful, honestly. I'm stuck in the wiring. Spaces all over the place, quite frankly. So that's how we're getting the fluids in. And then if I go and have a look at these patterns, here they are. So like for a fluid, or for the wyvern core, it's just one fluid cell with primal mana. And this is one of the more annoying ones to set up, so this is the one that I'll demonstrate the most. So we take that, and we go back to where the wiring is. These are just pumping, this is just pumping items in, this is just power, and then this is pumping in the fluid. I made a little boo-boo with the liquid DNA, so there's a little primal mana in there. But basically, this ME interface gets all the items, this wooden storage crate receives all the items, and then this is blacklisted, so it doesn't take any of the fluid cells, and just takes the items into the item input hatch on the advanced fabricator. And then this one is whitelisted to take all the fluid cells out, and then they go into, I genuinely do not know what that's for. I think, oh, I'm so stupid. This is, I see. This is for taking the industrial fluid cells out of the fluid transposer. So the fluid transposer turns them, uncans them into just fluid, and then it comes down here. This is set to just the destabilized redstone in water, since they are made in increments of like 1000. So it's very easy to just pump it in there and not have to worry too much about it. But for like the liquefied coal, the primal mana, liquid DNA, things like that, they're in 500 millibucket increments, and that's a bit harder to keep in your input hatch unless you want to double craft things, which isn't always ideal. So basically, this fluid filter is filtered for liquefied coal and primal mana. The DNA stuff I haven't set up fully yet. And then that comes into a fluid distributor on distribute mode. We have two different tanks here, so it evenly splits it into 500 millibucket increments. And then I have a ME fluid import bus, and this just pulls the different fluids that get put in this tank back into the ME for later use. And then this one just pulls it out of the tank and into the fluid hatch. That's pretty much all there is to it. And I can demonstrate it very quickly. Let's see, wyvern core. I want to autocraft just one. So if we go back here, we can probably see it happen. Yeah, there it is. So it pulled the primal mana into two different tanks. Half of it went back into the ME system, and the other half went into the craft. And if we look in here, we have another wyvern core. So that's pretty much all there is to it. Thank you if this helped you.